All right, I think we are live. Bear with me for the usual 10 or 20 seconds as I load up my chat. If you're watching this after the fact, please feel free to skip forward. Bizarre Thoughts, Lechuga Doc, hello, and welcome to the grand finals of the Shen Cup, the SAX Cup. And we will get started just in a hot second here. All right, I'm just gonna hit the play button, get this grand finals on the way. I did start the game. Winchester in purple as the Persians and Sebastian as the Byzantines in orange. Scout going across the map, or Scout pushing deer? Or Scout just exploring for now? So, it's been a while. A couple of show matches, a couple of fun series. One or two sweeps here and there. But on the whole, I think both of these players have played just fantastically. Winchester, we saw the other day, playing just incredible, with Sebastian has also been playing incredibly well. Shout out to the Byzantines. Yeah, these are two OG powerhouse civilizations. Let's take a look at their base spawns and see where their resources are, where the pressure points might be. These two definitely earned their place in the finals. Amazing game. I agree, Lemmy. I agree 100%, and welcome. Nice to see you again. Let's take a look at the bases. First of all, let's take a look at the attack path between the bases. Just a forest and a relic in the middle. I can already see orange's primary gold very exposed in the forward position, but let's do this systematically. Golden stone kind of to the rear, center not really on the attack path. Extra gold kind of is on the attack path. Some stone to the top, gold to the bottom, and it looks like 3 medium-sized forests. So the flanks could be easy to wall off, but the forward position on the whole fairly open. Big old open space here. We'll see how our Persian decides to wall that in, if he does at all. I'm wondering if these two players are going to be hyper aggressive, hyper defensive. Primary gold for our Byzantine, also just to the bottom of the town center, also not really on the attack path. Stone a little bit further away. Berries to the rear. Where are the berries for our Persian? Very exposed to the front. Usually a focal point of Dark Age, Feudal Age battles. Also 3 forests, also a pretty much open forward position. But as we saw, extra gold, third one, very much, it's almost halfway through the bases, between the bases, and then the secondary gold. So this area might be problematic for Sebastian if Winchester decides to press in. Extra stone to the bottom as well. But on the whole, pretty open bases for both players. Pretty safe-ish gold. Pretty safe stone. Looks like Sebastian's leaving the stone outside the settlement for now. Creating a bit of a funnel towards the town center, saying if you want to engage into me, be prepared to lose some HP on your units, because my TC is going to fire on them. Do we think there's going to be any laming attempts in this game, in this matchup? Might be fun to see a finals with some laming attempts. It looks like our Persian is just about to discover the TC. Ooh. Does get clipped 3 HP, sees the Ibex push. Our Byzantine on the whole hasn't even explored really beyond the initial bubbly shape. Marco, nice to see you again. I speak for myself, I say doing well. Excited for this grand finals 1v1 Arabia tournament. Looks like 3 more HP clipped off the scout here, and now they're gonna vie for the high ground, see who can take out whose scout quicker. It looks like our Byzantine scout does have a little bit more HP, so purple might not really want to engage here. Yeah, laming basically knocked Hera out. Very true. I wonder, based on their experiences, the pro players, the top players in this tournament with laming and all the basically shenanigans that we've seen throughout the matches, if the following upcoming tournaments are going to have rules about laming and such. For now, a couple of Persian militias are going to discover that this forest extends to the end of the world and they can't really attack into here. Sebastian using the primary gold as part of his wall off, which should be okay for now if he gets the gold now. But we'll see in feudal whether our Persian trains any archer units and then basically makes this a no-go zone for orange. Because if orange loses control of this primary gold, the only other options he has is going very far forward with these two. So maybe not the greatest of ideas to use the gold as part of the wall off, seeing as how easily it's lamed by even just one archer, one skirmisher. For now, though, we are neither here nor there. It looks like our Byzantine, off the back of 3 fewer villagers, will hit feudal age about 50 seconds ahead of his opponent. Persians, with their quicker working town centers, have pumped out 3 extra villagers. Will he bust into here? Sebastian's not really responding. Okay, I say that, immediately responds. Loom and double bit axe for our Byzantine. I'm very curious to see. I mean, purple must have seen. No, he hasn't seen where the other gold is. So he hasn't explored this part yet. If he saw that Sebastian's gold is up here and that he's used this gold as part of a wall off, I would imagine our Persian will be pretty much pressing into here the entire feudal age. There's that archery range. So we are going to get to see some kind of archers, obviously, out of there. Archery range for our Byzantine as well. Okay. Horse collar, double bit axe for our Persian. No horse collar for our Byzantine just yet. Just now plopping down a few farms. Our Persian already up to 3. Let's see. Or maybe our Persian has something completely different in mind. Maybe our Byzantine has something completely different in mind. Maybe he'll be the one putting on the aggression. I love that Winchester kept that spearman chasing his cavalry unit loop the loop while the militiamen got a few shots off at him. Looks like orange has discovered the Persian base. Good amount of scouting, sees the archery range. Trying to get his opponent to idle the TC, and by the way, also seeing the 2 skirmishers. Okay, spearman is here, so no risk to lose those. Okay, so Sebastian's the game plan is attack and hopefully draw those militiamen back home, because this Persian base, for all that this wall off is nice in the forward position, on the whole it's pretty open at the moment. Yeah, pivoted to this palisade wall, having demolished one already. Who will get the first kill of the game? The dance of the feudal age begins. It looks like maybe orange's skirmishers might get the first kill, unless the purple scout. No, they do. And like I said, this might be enough to draw purple back home and keep him home. He is losing expensive gold intensive units here in exchange for a few skirmishers, which are dirt cheap. I mean, we're talking about the Byzantines, 25% cheaper. First of all, they're always dirt cheap. But now we're talking about the Byzantines, and they're even cheaper than normal, although now they might die. But even if they die, no, they won't with the reinforcements. Even if they did die, getting a whole bunch of archers in exchange for a scout and a few trash units. So far, mission accomplished here for Sebastian in terms of resource exchange. And now our Persian has given up, staring longingly at that one palisade wall, saying, hey, I was about to get you, knock you down, but then they built the house behind you. Somebody brought a pet tiger. Not too sure what unit that tiger is trying to attack. And it looks like Sebastian got a first villager kill as well. So things are not looking very good for our Persian in terms of value right now. Does manage to kill a few reinforcing units. And yeah, here we go. The militias abandoned their post, moved to the center. Let's see what we're working with. 33, 34 villagers, 9 army for our Persian, 13 for our Byzantine. Compositions, complete trash for our Byzantine. 4 spearmen, 8 skirmishers, 4 more spearmen, and 4 more skirmishers are being trained. I mean, he is just going full on trash. He's going to go up to 20 army supply by the time this production cycle, this training cycle is over. Our Persian has run home, walled off the southwestern border of his base, and now our Byzantine is free to take this gold. Okay, so mission accomplished. Winchester had an opportunity here to press into this gold, and like I said, if he pressed into here and then kept an eye on these 2 patches, I don't really know what our Byzantine can do. You can go trash all the live long day, but without gold, you're not going up to Castle Age. You're not training any good units. Although sheer volume alone right now for our Byzantine, double the army count. I guess he doesn't know he can just go around the forest, this beautiful autumnal forest. Skirmisher, spearman, keeping an eye out on the center here. Oh, big surprise right next to the gold patches, keeping an eye on those. House is busted into. Let's see whether or not our Byzantine is going to regret this incursion into the Persian base. So far, another gold intensive unit for another trash unit. But Winchester's micro is pretty good. Kill counts 12 apiece. Another archer falls. These aren't exactly Mayan archers that are discounted. These are full price archers. And I mean, Sebastian's making a point of picking the expensive units off first, even though technically the more powerful unit is the skirmisher here against spearmen and skirmishers with those attack bonuses. But he went after the archers first. As our Persian care, though, he's got 9 villagers on gold, and our Byzantine is going up to Castle Age. Nacho, hello, hello. Who's the nerd from Pennsylvania? And Sebastian loses his entire army. Kill count 24 to 24. It was 12 to 12 a second ago. Now it's 24 to 24. But on the whole, this is what happens when your opponent invests so much gold into their archers and loses the entire army while you go 25% discounted trash. And okay, now he realizes he needs to secure this gold since the Persian army is going to be moving forward. And that's why our Byzantine is going to be 1.5 minutes ahead of our Persian going up to Castle Age. Hey, Richard. I am doing well. How are you? Oh, Derek, you're talking about the, you're talking politics, I see. Took me a second to get what you were saying. Our Byzantine hits Castle Age first, immediately continuing the trend of the cheaper units. And remember, the Byzantines only pay 2/3 the cost of going up to Imperial Age. So if he has 1.5 minutes advantage, he is using it well right now, moving forward with even more units. Now 3, 4 knights are being added into the mix here. Knight's going to chase the scout. Not too sure he's going to catch up. I need to garrison the villagers to gun this guy down. Not really much here that he's going to scout, except maybe if he goes to the right, an extra town center. No, he does not. He's trying to explore the ooey gooey innards of the base. Not watching Argentina-Colombia finals? Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate you joining for this particular grand finals. Okay, so this scout's just going to keep the knight chasing him for a while. Let's see what's going on in the Persian base. We've got the crossbow bodkin combo. It's going to shoo away these knights. They've only got +1 armor. The camels for sure are going to get shooed away. There's no way camels are going to want to take on crossbows. in the middle of a Floridian thunderstorm. We were in the middle of a Torontonian thunderstorm a little while ago. But I guess it's a bit more common in Florida, eh? The only Argentinian you care about is playing AoE right now. The Krodkin, the Bodbo. Both of those are pretty good, Doc. I might have to steal one of those. Claim it as my own. So the Persian has stabilized. He's ahead 4 army count. He's ahead 1 villager. Even though he's down 1 town center to 3, which means Sebastian is going to slowly keep growing his economy a little bit faster. And if Winchester doesn't add a TC, or if Winchester doesn't get any critical damage done, he's going to be in a world of hurt in maybe 10 minutes. For now, though, Camel's on the low ground. A couple of knights are attacking a siege workshop, which is hiding a few scorpions. Here we go, monks. The unit that every pro player is so scared of. 3 of them are out on the field. 2 camels get targeted for conversion. Crossbows are dying left, right, and center. How many conversions on the monks? No, it can't be 7 conversions. No, 2 conversions. For some reason, when you click the monks and a military unit, oh, it says a skull/conversion. Got it. Okay, they did manage to get 2 conversions, which is a 4-unit swing. Looks like 5 kills for these scorpions. The crossbow force died very quickly there. No more reinforcements that I'm seeing on the minimap for purple, who's trying to maybe close on these scorpions, but there is a knight here. Oh, a very dead knight with 7 whole HP. These monks need to start, put down your conversion hat and put on your healing hat, because this army is so weak. Look at its HP. Less than half. How the hell have these spearmen been around for so long? They've survived. I remember seeing them a while ago. Winchester adds a 2nd town center. He's now down 2 villagers. Adds a 3rd one as well. Okay, so he realizes that he might want to go eco a little bit. Maybe get some upgrades, maybe get some better units. And by the way, Winchester has seen the extra town center, has not seen the 3rd one yet. So maybe he thinks he's going to out villagerize his opponent. What the hell did the... Another I think the camels got the monk kill. I don't think the tiger got the monk kill. Crossbows are going to park themselves outside this line. Be very, very annoying. Is Sebastian the new dark horse? Yeah, I think so, right? I'm still upset we couldn't, they didn't... I'm upset with myself that I couldn't find the recordings for the semifinals with Sebastian and Cito. Or, whoever Sebastian played against yesterday. I think it was Cito, no? The Winchester set was pretty bonkers, though. Okay, trying to bust into here with camels. Not gonna go very well. It's gonna be a while before they knock any building down. And our Persian is going camels of his own, also adding squires and forging. Okay. Where's your barracks? 2 barracks, okay. They gunned down another monk who was inexplicably heading left, maybe trying to save him with some spearmen. But our Byzantine has a good number of monks out on the map. He's got 5 in total. Looks like relic number 3 is going to be brought home. Has he seen relic number 4? Yeah, he has. Okay, so he's got one real close to his base, one real far. He has not seen this one. Has our Persian? No, he also hasn't seen. So Sebastian could potentially get 4 relics here. Where's a good place for a castle drop? Doc, for who? Purple or orange? Catherine, no need to apologize at all. Appreciate you joining. Squires improves the speed of infantry units. They walk a little bit faster. Yeah, Orange gave you the answer. I mean, this is the natural location, right? You want to secure your extra gold, and this is really the only place where you can do it in the forward position. But look at our Persian army moving forward here. There's a lot of pikemen. There's your squires. Nacho, no, I haven't seen that video, although I intend to this week. It looked pretty fun. Did you? Is it any good? Camels are running away, but without ballistics. Oh no, never mind. The castle manages to clip one running outside. Does kill 2 more for 3 total kills. And there we go. Now our Byzantine, 20 villagers on gold to the 13 of our Persian. Our Persian is walling himself off to the north with houses. Oh, and look at this beautiful map vision for our purple Persian, continuing more and more outposts. So he's going to see a good amount, and he will not see the archery ranges. And there is the cataphract. By the way, like I said, Persians, Byzantines generally first up to Imperial because of the cost reduction. And so our Byzantine is going heavy camels, husbandry, chain barding, armor, and chemistry. Getting his heavy hitters in line. Okay. 2 unfortunate soldiers do pay the price. Couple of counter castles. I don't think Orange has seen. No, he has not. Purple obviously has not. And now a single cataphract. Will he discover the villager? Yeah, he does. And Sebastian goes immediately for that villager. Remember, cataphracts have special armor that negates anti-cavalry bonus damage. And I think it's, what is it, 15 or 16? No, right now 12. Sorry, I was thinking the elite model. Look at how little damage camels are doing. Because their +9 attack bonus gets completely negated. So they are basically attacking this cataphract on a 7 attack only. It is an absolute badass unit. Dowd's like a history teacher. Well, I mean, Dowd himself has been around for quite a long time, no? Ooh, camel guns down the villager. By the way, our Byzantine's up to heavy camels. He's ahead a little bit in villager count. He's ahead a little bit in army count. Our Persian has twice the number of villagers on gold as our Byzantine, and also chemistry, conscription, and leather archer armor for him. How many archery ranges are we working with? Just 4 for now. And our Byzantine using his time in Imperial wisely, getting hand cannoneers. He's already gone up to how many? 19, 18 hand cannoneers, bombard cannons out, 4 trebs, and he's also walling off the northern portion of the map. The last thing he wants is any kind of Persian hussar run by. They surrounded him, but I mean, it's hard for a camel to take on a cataphract. They do 7 damage, and like we saw, usually +9 bonus against cavalry. But the cataphract, where are you? So 7 attack, -4 armor. They do 3 damage to this unit. And the special armor cavalry of 12 negates their bonus entirely. And I think it jumps up to either a 15 or a 16 once they go elite. So the heavy camel does come with a decently small attack bonus against the cataphract, but not as close as any other against any other infantry. Catherine, I hope we get to see a lot more cataphracts. For now, we're seeing bombard towers and iron casting. Byzantines do not get blast furnace, so iron casting is about as good as it gets for Orange right now. Looks like I missed another camel battle here. Although purple's, I mean, even the villager should be able to take this guy down. Tell me he's not going to get the monk with a 3 HP camel rider, please. No. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. What a loss of a monk. Looks like somebody was trying to bring that relic forward. Dropped it. Our Byzantine has 4 relics right now to the 0 of our Persian. And now what used to be a small army supply lead is a massive 15 army count lead. Sebastian's got 45 army to 29. He's getting cavaliers as well. Conscription and armor more for their cavalry units. Let's see how well Winchester can micro this army. He's housed at 165. That's unfortunate. Bombard cannons move forward. They are on the high ground. And the Trebs are packing up and leaving. One Treb does go down. A sour opportunity to get that one that has, what, 33 HP. Third bombard cannon here to the back for our Persian. Wall off to the north for orange is complete. Looks like wall off for purple. Not quite complete. If only the Byzantines were purple. Let's see. It's our Persian's turn. By the way, our Persian has clawed his army count to 48 to 51. He's down villagers, but for the Persians who can pump those villagers out much quicker than normal right now in Imperial, doesn't really matter. 29 on gold to 29 on gold, and we are seeing the Byzantine Paladin, but researched in the worst possible location for Sebastian. Oh, that's so sour. Halfway through, it gets not even canceled, just demolished. The Byzantine Paladin is an interesting choice here. They don't have bloodlines. They don't have blast furnace. I mean, if you're seeing this kind of army, do you not want to just go cataphract? Now he's researching. Wait, tell me it's from a rear. Okay, a little bit further away. Not exactly still safe, but a bit further away. Tweel, hello, and yes, that hurt. That absolutely sucked for orange. You know, it doesn't suck for orange, just getting a whole bunch of villager kills here. Looks like 11 villager kills, and he's still alive. And this cavalier is going to have a field day. There's nothing here from the Persian. Oh no, these villagers can't even run anywhere. Ouch. But let's see, this is a lot of hand cannoneers. This is a significant hand cannoneer count. Paladins in 40 seconds. All of the hand cannoneers are firing on one unit, which is not exactly the greatest use for them, but they do clear out the Byzantine army. 21 kills. Where's the bombard cannon going? Oh, good attack round there. Oh, the villager's chasing him. Villager chases, forces the kill, and now these cavaliers become paladins, are inside the base. 18-20 kills, 15 of them villagers. And our Persian just can't compete. He can't take it anymore. Loses way too many villagers. 35 villager kills to 6. And there are just Byzantine everywhere. And it's not a light cavalry unit, not a eagle. It is a frickin' paladin, which even when not fully upgraded, it still has 160 HP and attacks on a 16. Where is the one paladin that was here? The cavalier. Doesn't really matter. 3 kills, just 1 villager. And I'm a little surprised at Winchester. Little surprised. I mean, you do have an army. You're the Persians. You can pump out any lost villagers quicker than anyone else. You're not that far behind. Again, sometimes they look at the score and they get demotivated or something. I don't know. Although, to be fair, he is being raided by paladins, heavy camels. There is no way he can defend the south. There's literally no way he can defend this. Except for training units here. And his gold count is not that high. But wow. Okay, game number 1. That was fun. Halberdiers hand cannoneers and crossbow to paladin, camels, and hand cannoneers. I mean, just the numbers alone. What is it? 71, 90. About, yeah, pretty similar. Peak APM, middle of the game. Peak APM, about 7 minutes before that. Not too dissimilar. Their APMs. Economy, about 15% apart. 4 relics, giving about 2,000 extra gold to our Byzantine, who gets a lot more wood, a little bit more food, a little bit more gold, and a little bit more stone. 7 conversions out of 150 is a good 4% or so, 4.5%. Raisings, what was the final kill count? 135 to 107. Okay. So could our Persian have stayed in a little bit longer? Maybe for a minute or two, but now that I'm kind of looking at the broad outline of the map and seeing that if there was maybe a town center here that he could have, you know, run his villagers into, that would be one thing. But because there's 21 villagers here exposed with literally nothing to defend them, no units, and even if they did have units to defend them, probably these are the bigger threats, right? The paladins. And how many paladins are there? Like we saw 10 paladins raiding. And this castle is being bombarded. So yeah, the picture becomes clearer and clearer. And even with an army of hand cannoneers, I mean, Sebastian is just leading these hand cannoneers into the middle of freaking nowhere. They are nowhere to be found. They were here a minute ago. They could be here helping out and then move here to help out. But no. They are in the middle of no man's land here to the right side of the map. And so game number 1 goes to Sebastian, our Byzantine. Even with that ball of hand cannoneers, the paladins could run amok. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Hand cannoneers are on their own are powerful, but they're not like, they're not OP. They shoot very slowly and they're very flimsy. And especially against paladins, even like I said, with the Byzantines and their shittier paladins, would have been an uphill battle. Paladin is a beautiful unit. All right, game number 2. Sebastian, this time on the left side of the map, is playing as the Tatars in orange and purple. Winchester as the Franks. Okay, speaking of paladins, do we dare hope that we're gonna get to see some Frankish paladins? Maybe Winchester says, you know what, last game you went pallies against me, I'm gonna go pallies against you. And whoa, what the hell's our Tatar doing? Let's follow along. What is he doing? Huh. Okay. Remember that for the Tatars, this is not 200 food. This is 300 food. Because their herdables contain 50% more food. So basically, 300 extra food for him, 200 less food for our Frank, is a 500 food swing. Bonkers. Okay. You posted a pepperoni pizza you smashed last night on Discord? I don't know why I said Discord like it's a curd, cheese curd. Sorry. On Discord? Okay, I will definitely check it out. Which pizza, like what chain? I ask, knowing absolutely no Australian pizza chains. That was 100% badass there by Sebastian. He didn't even try to lame an elephant. He didn't try to do anything. He just showed up, found 2 goats, and immediately took them, immediately went home. Let's see how much of his opponent's base he's seen, if anything. No, he didn't even discover where his opponent's base is. He saw the primary stone, so he knows it's somewhere here. But now he's back home. Where even is a scout? Amazing. Amazing. Now he's going to start pushing zebras. Hakuna Matata. Let's see. Sahas, what do you think if we replace Mongol Unique Tech Nomad with a tech that makes their Cav Archer shoot while running? That would be too OP. Yeah, if they don't have to stop to shoot, that would just be way too good. It would be super cool and realistic, but I think it would just be way too powerful. Everyone would play Mongols with cav archers and then just run around endlessly shooting. You just like right click. Now what you could do is maybe to make it more difficult while they're moving, you have to press something. You know how the Ratha you press a button to switch from range to melee? Maybe you do that? I don't know. It's a cool idea, but I think that would make their units way too powerful. Not stronger, just like way too powerful, because they'd probably get in literally double or triple the number of shots off at an opponent, right? So much laming these last few games. Miguel's gonna have to sue. Yeah. Did he patent the laming? Oh, Catherine, the pizza looked good. Okay, now I have to check it out. Now we have confirmation. Not a chain. This was from a little pizza shop called Illinois Il Colossus. I don't know why I saw IL in capitals and I thought Illinois. They make a mean pie. All right, I'm definitely going to take a look after the game's over. Let's see, by the way, where the players are, as our Frank is housed at 20 population, but I'm assuming doesn't really matter because after Loom comes Roman numeral 2. So let's take a good time for us. Primary gold to the front, primary stone to the back. 4 little forests in the 4 corners of the wind here. Extra stone and gold to the left. Where is your 3rd gold patch? Ooh, it's up here. Oh my goodness, look at purple. Let's ignore the resources here for a second. Look at purple's 3rd gold. Vinchester's gold is again in the middle of the map. Somebody's gold. The last game it was Sebastian's. This time it's Vinchester. Oh, that's so sour. Berry bushes, kind of secure. I like that in the attack path between the 2 players, there's this little thin sliver of forest that's going to make a direct A to B line impossible. So a bit more micro required maybe in the feudal age. Primary gold secure to the back. Stone off to the side as well. Kind of, but not really on the attack path, but pretty much open is the left side of this Frankish base. Berries to the back, extra gold to the back. So I guess the extra gold to the back is compensating for the extra gold to the front. I don't know. That's really gross for Vinchester. And then another patch of stone off to the rear, which, by the way, Vinchester's got a nice big juicy forest here safely in the corner of the map. Although so does Sebastian. Okay. Sebastian's base a little bit easier to wall off. I think our Frank is going to want to maybe plop down some infrastructure here as he begins pushing in. He is playing with fire. He wants to convert some goats. He wants to kill some goats probably. And he is just teasing and taunting. And oh, a little split second of hesitation. And that scout unit dies. So first kill of the game, first blood drawn by none other than this dilapidated domed town center of the Tatars. Yeah, I thought it was Illinois. That's just my my brain. Going to my second favorite place tonight. Next pizza, I'll go to my favorite. Okay. Marco, you're going to New York City? Ooh, have I got some recommendations for you? Where are you staying in this city? New York pizza, depends where you go, Catherine. Their hot dogs are amazing. Their pizza's amazing. You see a castle on the hill near the gold? For sure. Somebody's gonna take it. Somebody's definitely gonna have to take ownership of this, because that is a ridiculously exposed gold patch. Okay. Some melee from our Tatar. 3 scouts. He's got a 4th on the way. A spearman. Probably in the middle of the map. This orange dot that I'm seeing. At the same time, though, an archer and a spearman trying to make their dreams alive. Ew, you're staying in Brooklyn. That's cool. If you're interested, Marco, is it your first time in New York, or you've been there before? Okay, Sebastian gets another kill. Oh, Marco, for sure. You've only been a couple of them. Okay. I have some good recommendations and some places to avoid as well. I'm gonna screenshot the chat and send it to my wife because she's gonna love that we're talking about New York food. New York food is basically like, for the two of us, is, I don't know, like the best thing in the world. Uprichnik, nice to see you again. Armies are circling each other in the center here. Marco, I'm gonna make a list for you, okay? I'll put it on Discord, or I'll share it during the next live stream. But there are a few pizza places that I really love in New York City that are just so delicious. Doc, you've only visited the West Coast, managed to find New York slice of pizza in the seat in San Fran. Yeah, not surprising. You're from Australia. I find that people from Australia generally only visit the West Coast unless they take a very long vacation to the US. Army counts 14 to 10 in favor of our Tatar. That's what happens when you have 300 extra food in your belly. But he is down one villager. Are they banking resources? No, both players are broke as a joke. Sebastian has literally 0 gold and 0 villagers on gold. Yeah, New York City is, in my opinion, the best place in the world for food. Las Vegas is a very close second. Very close second. But New York City is just literally every single street has restaurants. Okay. Battle of the Feudal Age micro begins as everyone tries to avoid the counter unit, the dreaded counter unit. And it looks like it is Sebastian again, who is gunning down archer after archer after archer with his skirmishers. And now our Frank is in a bit of trouble. These villagers are kind of stuck in a kill box. Hey, Melanchi. A pizza place underneath the Brooklyn Bridge always has a line of people waiting? Might be some, like, fad or famous, Oh, Chester, you've never been to California? Highly recommend. I loved Los Angeles. The museums, the beach is ridiculous. I mean, it's like, imagine the nicest beach in the world and then increase the size of it 10 times. And that's how big the Santa Monica beach is. Bogota is also like that. Everywhere you walk, there's a nice restaurant. Yeah, honestly, I would imagine the food in Bogota is a lot cheaper than New York. Mint arrows and coffee crisps. Damn. Those are delicious. Are we banking resources? Anyone have anything? Somehow Sebastian still has 0 villagers on. Actually, no, sorry. My apology. 4 villagers on gold. Our Frank has banked quite a lot of gold, actually. And why is Orange not pressing into here? Are you really afraid of a scout with 9 HP more than yours? Really? I mean, just get bloodlines if you're so afraid. And then your scout will have a lot more HP than your opponents. Mauricio, I should go to Lima, Peru. Best restaurants in the world. I've said that before on the cast. I've said that any one of my friends that visits Peru always tells me that I need to come as a food person and go there. Plus, I mean, Peru's just beautiful. Every time I go on Instagram, there's a video of somebody biking through Peru. Sebastian has 28 on food in feudal because he probably wants to get his ass up to Castle Age after having blown all his food on these scout units. Although I say that, he's continuing to train scouts, and now he's overstayed his welcome a little bit. I don't think he was expecting these Frankish villagers to drop their gold axes, their pickaxes, and join in the fight, and all of a sudden, army count has been completely reset for our Tatar, who, never mind, I thought he was kind of rush up to the next stage. He has continuing to train scout units. Jake, welcome to the live. Glad to catch you live. I really like Latin American food. I really do. Elotes are some of my... I mean, I could have... I mean, we colloquially call it Mexican street corn, which is... It sounds a little insulting, but... I mean, it's one of the most delicious things in the world. I keep trying to get my parents to make it when we barbecue and they make corn. But my parents are like... they're obviously a little bit older, and they're kind of into healthy foods now, so telling them to lather up a corn with a bunch of sauces and mayonnaise and cheese and peppers and pepper sauce powder, I guess. They always say no. Appreciate it's a great final. Okay, good to know. Buenas noches, Zygos. ¿Qué tal? The UK has some decent food in the fried division. Their fish and chips is second to none. Although beyond that, I don't think. I think Bill Burr had a whole funny bit about how he understands, after traveling to the UK and spending time in London, he understands why all the people are always in a pub. Because the food is so terrible, you have to go drink so that you can eat it. That's funny, Marco. Cargo pants. I never thought about that. 14 villagers on gold for our Frank, who is going foot archers, adding a single knight. How many stables are we working with for him? 1 stable, 2 archery ranges, and a barracks. And I think we saw 2 stables for the Tatar, right? No, sorry, 3 stables for the Tatar. Our Frank is going to try to bust down one of these stables. Let's see what's going on with the Tatar army. It is all the way to the rear of the Frankish base. There's some scouts over here as well. They're going to have a tough time engaging into this. Okay, never mind. In 10 seconds, they're going to be light cavalry units. And then they're going to have a tough time, but maybe a little bit less of a tough time. Unless he just plans on slamming straight into the Frankish base. You just drank rye vodka with tonic. Nacho elote is, like I said, what we call Mexican street corn. It's like corn with mayonnaise and some kind of, depending on what you like, either... like whatever type of cheese, and then some chili powder to add a little bit of spice to it. £35 for fish and chips is ridiculous, by the way. Did these guys manage to get any kills? 3 kills, 1 villager. So not exactly the most productive of armies here to the rear of the Frankish base. I'm also not a big fish guy, but if you deep fry it, I'll eat it. That's how my palate works. Looks like a bit of a scuffle there in the middle of the map, and perhaps Purple has overstayed his welcome. Oh no, I think he lost a knight to a conversion here, yeah. And now these crossbows, will they get any more damage done before they die? Oh, you left one alive. You left one alive. Come back and fight me, you bastards, he's yelling as he chases after the army, only to get rear-ended by this knight and whack-a-doodle-doo, and he's dead. Okay. Second town center for our Tatar, second town center for our Frank. Unfortunately for our Frank, his town centers don't come with 2 free sheep. 3rd TC as well. Villager count identical, army count identical, army composition not identical. Heavily on the mounted units for our Tatar. A mixture of everything for our Frank. 2 knights, 4 crossbows, 4 spearmen, 2 monks. Iron casting and husbandry for those knights. Ooh, Catherine, bon appetit. ¿Alguno sabe cómo se llama el zapallo? Que es verde duro y cuando la cocina de dulce hace... I don't know what the name in English is. I've had a deep fried Mars bar and it is heavenly. It is like biting into heaven. You posted in Discord? Okay, good. Oprichnik, I don't know the food that you're referring to. So light cav are leading some knights on a chase to the bottom of the base. Both should have husbandry, yeah. So no speed advantage for anybody. 3 town centers. 2 adorable little baby sheep immediately get eaten. Villager count still identical. Army count still identical. Are we building up to some one big kind of explosive battle here? Because if so, I mean, the Tatar knight with husbandry is pretty much on par with the Frankish knight. That 20 extra HP right now makes no difference. Doesn't make one stronger or weaker than the other. You love all kinds of pasta? Mmm. Hey, Bula. How is Poland tonight? See you soon, Catherine. Make sure you and that pizza get home safe. What are you, Mr. Purple Dot on the minimap? You are 2 knights on the high ground. Okay. But numbers do prevail. Ooh, looks like 2 purple monks paid the price. But it looks like 2 orange monks paid the price as well. Maybe 3 now. No, he saves the 3rd one. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3 orange monks. Now our Tatar is running away into the welcoming arms of some reinforcing units. Looks like those 3... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say those 3 knights from up here. But they're right here, I believe. Yeah, they're coming into the battle as well. Our Frank has 10 more army count, but it's in crossbows and pikemen, which fair enough if your opponent's going pure knight play. Our Tatar is not mixing anything else. He is going pure knights. Throw in a step lancer to throw in something else into the mix here. The last 5 days are hot. Yeah. Carlos, the Tatars get 50% bonus on the hill. You mean the 25% extra, you mean? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, and now Sebastian doesn't need paladins or heavy camels. He's got his knights. Already 6 villager kills for this group of knights. But our Frank is trying to get some damage done himself on the other side of the map. Round 1 villager, 2 villagers, 3 villagers. Okay. So both players ripping into each other's flanks. No more cavalry here in the center for our Frank. He has gone pure infantry crossbow. So however this shapes up, it is not bad for our Frank, who is trading out pikemen for knights. Okay. Now the cool thing about the Franks, if you want to call it cool or weird or whatever, even though they're technically the OG cavalry civilization, their infantry line is perfect. They have access to every infantry unit, obviously not the Eagle Warrior. Every infantry unit with every upgrade. It is a pristine line. Looks like he lost one of the units here to conversions. Where is the purple monk? Maybe they killed the monk. Maybe I'm making things up. No, maybe he's in the town center hiding. You don't like pickle in the burger? Me too. My wife now knows when we go to McDonald's, Big Mac, no pickles. Although I do like them in Subway when I get a steak and cheese sub. It's like 50-50 sometimes. Killed the knight, killed the lion. Kevin, welcome to the live. You are joining right in the middle of a food discussion as both players, I mean, Sebastian is housed right now. Both players are basically tearing into one another, but our Frank's population is not keeping up, even though he's ahead one town center. He's up to 4, but there's nothing being trained out of these 4 town centers. He's down half the army count. He just lost even more of his army. He's got a couple of knights here on the left side, which could get a few villager kills. We'll see how quick Sebastian reacts. Sebastian discovers the town center here. We'll take some arrow fire, but I love the addition of the monks here. Just healing up the HP, 2,000, and there's a castle drop for our Tatar. Technically, I think our Frank does have enough stone for a castle of his own. It's always a food discussion. Yeah, exactly. The Age of Empires is secondary to the deliciousness of what everyone's eating tonight. You found a kabocha squash pumpkin. Interesting. Bo-Fi Hip Hop, dude, Cuban sandwiches. I can't say I've had any Cuban sandwiches. There are a few places in Toronto that sell them, but I can't really say that I've tried. Bo-Fi, what's so tasty about them? So purple is pushing into the back of orange's base. Orange is inside already the back of purple's base, but 2 fully garrisoned town centers should make quick work of that incursion. He's being pressed away to the bottom left, but a Tatar castle is up. Both players heading up to Imperial at pretty much the exact same time, 2 seconds apart. And now our Frank says enough's enough. I want to be the one who knocks. I want to be the one who raids. Leave me the hell alone. Defensive emergency castle. Kabocha squash is the best squash. Can't say I'm familiar with squash that much. You prefer AoE with your pizza? That's funny. One knight enters the wrong freaking hood and gets absolutely chased. Will he die or get converted? He dies. More knights are streaming forth. I mean, look. It takes balls to go and compete Nightline units against the Franks. It really does take a big old set of cojones to take the Knights on, the Franks on in their own game. That's like trying to compete archers against the longbow or infantry against the Teutonic Knights. But ultimately, Winchester, we've seen this with Winchester a few times in the last sets. His economy isn't exactly where it needs to be. I mean, even if you factor in the 17 villagers difference in kills, he's still down villagers. Although I suspect a lot of it is the last few minutes. Did these guys get any kills? No. So our Frank just not able to do any kind of counter damage. He doesn't know it, but he's about to have his gold pile lamed here as well. And he gets to Imperial. And what? I mean, you've got enough resources to go at the very least Cavalier. Interesting. But it looks like if you look at the minimap, lots of buildings are lit on fire. University, perhaps not the high priority target that Sebastian thinks it is, but whether it is or not, he gets game number 2. Ingredients are pretty regular, but somehow it's surprisingly delicious. Yeah, Bo-Fi, tell us, what are the ingredients? I'm not being sarcastic or whatever. I'm curious. What is it about? Like, for example, I like the Vietnamese bun. I like it with like beef or chicken. I like the shaved carrots they put in there. But in any event, while I dream and drool on my microphone, let's take a look at the Army's 73 Knights in Light Cav. Our Frank didn't go heavy cavalry. It's not like Sebastian was initially building a few knights and then transitioned to something else. He was going heavy cavalry the whole time. Why did Winchester not try to keep up? Why did he go this? Oh shit, sorry. Wait a second, I accidentally misclicked. Was he afraid of flaming camels and their plus 50 attack bonus against cavalry? Peak APM 17-minute mark of the game, peak APM 5-minute mark of the game. The economies weren't too terribly different. It's about what is that? About just under 20%. All the resources going to our Tatar except for wood. Frank with wood. Somebody in the chat may understand this. Where's Rovsi when you need him? What is going on this game? Why did our Frank go foot army against a Tatar who was going heavy cavalry? 9 conversions to 3. Raising's losses not playing a role. Looks like our Tatar just got 60 more kills than his opponent. Mauricio, I will go to Central later on this year. Top restaurant in the world located in my home city of Lima. Ooh. Kyle, welcome. Winchester forgot to make army. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Our Frank has 2 stables, 4 barracks, and 2 archery ranges. Our Tatar, 5 stables and a forward castle, and he's Imperial. Maybe Winchester just realized he doesn't have the wood for a trebuchet. Although we know that the Tatar also doesn't have wood for the treb. Basically a ham sandwich with pork shoulder, pickled cheese, and mustard, hot press. Surprising. Okay. Sorry, I was reading your next message. Surprising win for the Tatars, as if it had anything to do with the Cuban sandwich. Paging Robsy. All right. As much as I thought we were going to get to see paladins out of our Frank, he instead goes with the surprisingly weaker army choice. Right? I mean, again, if somebody in the chat knows something that I'm overlooking, which, by the way, happens quite frequently, Pobody's nerfed, let me know. Because otherwise, we are heading into game number 3, where Winchester this time is playing as the Magyars in purple and his opponent as the Britons in orange. Catherine, good to see you made it home safe and sound. And the pizza is safe as well. Vinch is asleep, let him go. Was it the loss of those 2 sheep in the beginning? The 2 goats? Is that really what it always amounts to? It seemed to have worked against Hera. Now it's working against Winchester. That's the only thing I can think of in the early game that really would impact. But towards the end of the game, if he didn't let Sebastian raid as much, his villager count wouldn't be significantly lower. It would be like 120 to 110. Anyway, we are not going to cry over spilled Frankish milk. Or I guess more accurately, Frankish wine. Let's take a look at where the bases are. Bofi, really enjoying the cast, by the way. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks for commenting and making yourself known. Britain, shout out to one of the Derricks. All right. This base is pretty much open. I mean, the attack path, aside from this one forest in the middle, is a completely open space to the north of the Magyar, completely open space to the south of the Britain. So whoever aggresses here is going to have a good time against their opponent. Let's see where the resources are and how annoying it is going to be to defend them. Berries to the front, golden stone to the back. Not terrible. Extra gold off to the side, extra golden stone off to the side. Our Magyar has a forest to the left. And another, I mean, I'm not even going to call this a forest. Except maybe this chunk. except here. But on the whole, a fairly open freaking base here. No, Sebastian again? Looks like Sebastian went the wrong way, first of all. Then he went the other wrong way. And now he's coming back. I don't know that he's necessarily going to be able to find any more sheep. Oh, but there are some neutral sheep here. Has Purple seen them? Yeah, he has. But Sebastian, unfortunately, went the wrong way once, twice. And even though he was oh so close, ultimately decides to give up and return home. Speaking of home, let's take a look at that Britain base. As we saw, completely open to the south. Prime, oh goodness, exposed gold and stone both to the front. Stone over here, deer being stubborn. Where the extra gold to the back? Okay, he's at least got one resource to the back. Oh my goodness. And this one? What is going on with these map generations? Why does one player always get shafted with a third tertiary resource out in the middle of frickin' nowhere? Very weird. Although, again, look at the size of this forest. Sherwood Forest here for our Britain. And another forest on the right with a bit of stone. Okay. So we kind of get what Sebastian's trying to do here, right? It's gonna 2 games in a row. It's all about the goat stealing. In this case, the sheep stealing. If only Sebastian picked the Celts, he could maybe have done a better job. But yeah, Catherine, thank you so much for reminding me. If you're watching, lurking, commenting, whatever you're doing, if you like what you hear or see, please do hit that like button. Help yours truly with the YouTube algorithm. Like I said, we have some Cuban sandwiches in Toronto. There's a couple of good Cuban restaurants, but I can't say that I've ever been. As much as I'm like a foodie, oh man, this deer is right on top of the tombstone. I kind of like stick sometimes. I go through phases where I like really stick to what I like. When I first moved downtown, there was a time when I was eating at this Indian restaurant called Little India on Queen West. I was eating there 3 to 4 times a week, and then the other 4 to 3 times I was getting Domino's. And man, was I unhealthy. Sunny, hello. Rake? Question mark? What do you mean? Lechuga, are you from Cuba? Or am I calling you out for lurking? Sharuk, we always talk about the game. We just talk about other things as well. Like Sebastian, yet again, going to the completely wrong place. Ooh, but now maybe he'll discover the gold? Oh, I would imagine the Cuban food in Miami is like next level ambrosia. Oh, Catherine, absolutely. Little India and Wilbur Mexicana are my 2 recommendations for Toronto. Let's see, are we going to have the first kill of the game here? We do, and it's a villager. Okay. I'm surprised these militias... I feel like they could have caught this villager as well. Uh-oh, now they're trapped. No, they're not. They looked like they were about to get trapped for a second. What was the point of that house if not to trap them? Okay. Looks like on the other side of the map, absolutely nothing getting accomplished. Have I tried cooking my own food? Always. I love cooking, Nacho. I unfortunately have not had time to cook because of the baby, the newborn. But I love to cook. I was thinking of doing a little like a Twitch when I eventually do go on Twitch. By the way, another villager kill. It's got to be that weaker one, right? To cook a dish from each civilization. 45 dishes. Devashish, hello, hello. Nice to catch you live again. Yeah, Indian food is just... Indian food is so delicious. Okay, these 3 militias are finally going to get cleared up here. Our Magyar with those cheaper scouts. Is he going to push out in any big way? Yeah, of course he is. Has Purple seen much beyond that initial little exploratory attempt there? No, he hasn't. So now he's going to return in earnest. The rush distance between the two bases seems medium-ish. A bit longer than usual. Yeah, right? I would have to have like a setup in my kitchen. That would be a long series. What would I make for the Goths and Cumans? Ooh, that's a good question. I'd have to contact Wikipedia. I'd have to like read up about those cuisines. Or maybe we'll just make something up. We'll call it like the cumin nachos. And it would just have like, I don't know what. A garnish in the shape of a kipchak. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm not too concerned. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Down to 75 stone. Where's that tower? Ooh. Okay. Placed just close enough to lame the gold. Now placed... I was going to say just the gold. And now he places it to lame the gold and a bit of the wood. Decent location. Orange probably has no clue that this is coming. Palisade's not exactly the most line of sight on them. Partner with tasting history from YouTube? I've never heard of them. Well, there you go. There you go. The cumin mask made out of nachos with that funny mustache. Those will be 2 jalapeno peppers. I am inching closer to the 10K. Be all becoming very real. Ooh, I don't know what I would make for Italian. There's so many good options. Any event, it's just like a thought that I'm having in my mind. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Oh, counter tower denied. Why would you build the tower inside the radius of your enemy's tower? Oh no. And it's at 60% completion. 35? Okay, he did cancel it. Okay, he did cancel it. Just barely enough stone for a tower. That is a lucky break for our Briton, who, by the way, is housed at 45. Although not a problem because he's getting his ass handed to him here. Ouch. Samosa is one of the best Indian snacks. I love samosas. Like I said, deep fry anything. And yours truly will ingest it. Okay, Winchester is in good form this game. Putting on the aggression, laming the primary gold. And as we saw, the secondary gold is ridiculously to the back. And the tertiary gold is completely unmineable here, unless you want to really risk your villagers. So this might be a bit of a problem for our Britain. Not exactly the most gold intensive of civilizations. But still, you got to go up to castle at some point, right? That being said, Winchester has lamed a good size of a portion of his economy. 5 villagers brought forward. It's like 15% of his economy, maybe 20% when he first moved them out. He is continuing the wall off. I mean, how much has he seen on the left flank? Nothing. So he doesn't know that there's this ridge here that he can wall off this way, diagonally. Okay, he is securing the gold. Purple has not seen any of it. Does manage to... But he sees a palisade, so he's going to go exploring here, will Purple. Oh, and he sees the extra gold. He sees the extra gold. He doesn't have the stone for another tower, though. If he can lame this gold, this is going to be a very short game. Oh, Milan... Deep fried sushi rolls are the best. With a little bit of spicy mayo on top and some roe. Nacho, which civilization would get the vegan dish? Maybe one of the Indian civilizations, right? Because it's not... I think Indian cuisine is vegetarian, no? Papadum is so good. but it's so crunchy. Okay, I mean, why are you attacking the house? Just go after the palisade now. Oh, and he did lane the gold. What's going on in the front position? Is Sebastian preparing any kind of responses? Oh no! He thinks he's gonna get the stone. He thinks he's gonna get the stone. And he doesn't see the... Okay, now he sees villagers. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna commit to the stone? Is he gonna put a tower? And an outpost. Maybe you should have put the outpost here first. Okay, the scouts come in. But honestly, 2 half-dead scouts against 5 villagers. The villagers win that battle. And what the hell? He busted in and then did nothing. And this time it is Vinchester's turn to kill the gold-intensive units with his trash. Okay, good get there. So the turntables have turned somewhat in this game. Look at the army count. 22-3. Villager population identical. But our Briton is heading up to castle for all the good that that's going to do him. A little bit of extra range on his archer units means nothing when you've got no archer units. And you have no stone, no gold, no stone, and no gold. I mean, our Briton is going up to castle age, but at what cost? Let's see it. Sebastian can escape with some vills and mine gold in secret. You'd like to think so, but purple has seen it. Oh, and now there's a tower here. If purple puts a tower here, it is GG. It is absolutely GG. He's busted in. Sebastian, probably the last thing he wants to do is spend stone on walls. And how much HP on these walls, though? No, 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 no. The wall's falling. The wolf has fallen. And the Briton has absolutely no resources at all. He's got no gold, no stone, no gold, and 1 villager on stone. I guess he could pump out 150 skirmishers. His counter tower will take down this 1 Magyar tower. Gujaras or Hindustani would be veggie, yeah. Oh, Devashish, you are Gujarati. Okay. Marco, that's funny. Second town center attempted here for our Briton. Honestly, even if you get the town center, even if you get the stone, even if you get a castle up, I mean, you've got no gold. You're barely able to afford this 1 mangonel. You're protecting it in castle age with spearmen. That's why I said, what was the point of going up to castle age if you're gonna have no army? But slowly, army count is kind of trickling upwards. Trickle up economics, I guess, for the Briton. The good news for the Briton that he doesn't know that we know is that our Magyar has no stone as well. And so there's not going to be any castle drop anytime soon. Now, what there could potentially be is a shiitake mushroom ton of light cavalry units. And with mangonels, he is able to take down these towers, which means the gold operation might be back. Okay, maybe I didn't give Sebastian the credit due. He still doesn't have villagers on any of these resources. Not the gold, not... What is it? Is this purple or orange? Okay, it's a purple spearman. A 3rd town center. So, Vinchester's push is stalling out. As unfortunate as it is, as much as I don't want to say it, he has not really accomplished very much with this push. As excited as I was, seeing a player with absolutely no resources, which is not something you ever really see in the pro player scene, it didn't last very long. Even light cav right now, what are you gonna do with light cav except maybe try to snipe some mangonels? But there's already 6 pikemen here. I guess you're gonna have to risk it. You're gonna have to sacrifice. Why are your skirmishers running away? He's got his own mangonel. He's going to try to out micro the micro of the orange mangonels. Map RNG was pretty one-sided and awful. And I agree, Doc. If Sebastian can hold here, incredibly impressive. That being said, you can park your skirmishers right here. Lane the gold. Our Britain still has no villagers on gold. Oh, and loses a mangonel. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. There's the castle. Purple's gonna see it. He loses the frickin' mangonel to the villager. Or never mind, to the knight. Okay, he's gonna try to surround these villagers. I don't think they're walled in all the way. I see some walls a little bit behind them, but... Bloodbath. Where the hell are those skirmishers? The villagers are tweaking out on their synthetic drugs. They are right-clicking like mad. 95, 96, 97. Get the villager, get the villager. We have not only the Winchester's first win, we've got the first doubt castle of the game. Oh my God, 98.5. Oh, wow. I mean, Winchester. First, I thought it was incredible. He was like easily going to get a GG. Then Sebastian held for a little while, knocked down the towers, got those mangonels out. And then I thought, okay, Winchester's in a little bit of trouble now because he didn't really stop the construction of 3 TCs. But this... what an absolute epic way to go out in a flame of glory, losing all of those villagers, clicking away, and 31 villager kills to 2, 60 kills to 25. Doubt achievement confirmed. Aw, he calls them Indian nachos. That's cute. I love papadam. Catherine, when you go to Little India, they'll give you papadam with spicy carrots. And it is so freaking good. Hey, Brandon Lee, oh my goodness, 98.5%. That is so sour. If that one villager could have just hit the castle a few more times, maybe that castle would have gone up. But what a fun game. I mean, Winchester abusing the location of resources in an epic way. And this is where map spawn and map generation and this shitty patch of gold here to the right come into play. And that was just an absolute epic game. Light Cab, I don't think we really got to see armies that big, but holy moly, the maneuvering of the armies was fantastic. PKPM, both players 30 minutes in. I can't imagine the Britain economies. Oh my God, the Britain economy's ahead? Oh yeah, of course, he was mining so much more wood. Food a little bit more, gold, yeah, look at that. Stone just in the last little while, but look at the gold difference. And by the way, that's just because Winchester wasn't really going gold intensive units for the majority. I mean, 15% cheaper scout units and skirmishers cost no gold at all. No conversions. We didn't even reach that stage of the game. Raisings 5-3. Wow. Well, that was a fun game number 3. Winchester gets his first W. And we are moving on to game number 4. Remember, this is a best of 9. Not a best of 7. Did I say mining wood? Where's Supergen to catch out all these mistakes? For the prize of something. Winchester spawning on the left yet again, this time as the Slavs taking on the Aztecs by Sebastian and Orange. So we got the Battle of the Round Shields. Super duper powerful infantry versus super duper powerful infantry with trample damage. Let's see. I mean, I'm trying to think of the similarities. Actually, not terrible dissimilarities. Good monks for both. The Slavic monk with the faster movement speed and the ability to smush with those cheaper siege units. But then never really discount the Aztec monk. 98.5% is an A. Here it would be an A+. Catherine, try their butter chicken, I'm telling you. Little India butter chicken is what got me hooked onto Indian food. Marco, I remember that glitch a few months ago where you could hunt the trees. Druzhina champions, Garland Ward, infantry. Although if he goes, you know what would be a sight to behold? Druzhina champions and elite Jaguar warriors. Who wins? I'm assuming the Jaguar warrior with that ridiculous, what is it, plus 10, plus 11 attack against infantry in its elite form. In any event, let's take a look at the resources because resources matter. Not to sound too pedantic. Attack avenue between the bases. Okay, a bit of a lake belt here in the middle. 5 lakes. The hell? Very weird little generation. A lot of hills. Where are the Tatars when you need them? A couple of forests to the north, which tells me probably the attack path will be here, right? Oh, and look at this. Another patch of gold in the ridiculously forward position, this time for Winchester. Let's take a look at his base. Primary gold. Kind of off to the side, not really at risk, but open nonetheless. Stone to the back, extra gold to the back, llama and an extra forest to the back as well. Berries in a decent location, although where the hell do you even put a mill here? I guess at the top of the hill? What an ugly, okay, never mind. I told you, I could say left and the players would go right. Casting may not be in my genetics, to be fair. And where is the second patch of stone? It is up here to the north. Let's take a look at Orange's base. Both primary resources nice and secure to the back. Extra stone and gold to the north. Eagle discovers the last of the llamas. And also berries on a hill. Okay. Extra gold off campus, but not really on the attack path. Not like this. Extra gold. And then there's a bit of extra neutral gold and stone. So, on the whole, the Aztec base completely open to the south. Whereas our Slavic base looks completely open to the forward position with the exception of these 2 small forests. And Sebastian, yet again, is heading out. He thinks purple is trying to go lame something, but no, purple's just pushing deer. So at least he knows he's in the right area. And what's purple going to do? He's going to double back and push the deer anyway. Okay. Let me catch up on some chat. The Slavs have a lot of things going for them. 4-way brawl with Druzhina champion, Jaguar warrior, samurai, and Teutonic knights. Oh my god. I don't even know who would win that. Does CAA still offer discounts renting cars? I don't know. I have not rented a car in a long time. Any kind of paneer is delicious. Just ate half that pizza and getting hungry for Indian. Our Aztec has gotten an amazing amount of scouting. Ooh, will he run by the barracks here? It kind of looks like it. Yeah. So he knows now where the wall off is going to be. Purple on for his part. Saw a bit of real estate here on the beach. And is just now pushing out. Aw. Kevin, sorry we're making you hungry. By the way, purple misses the move out of these 3 units we get to see on this cool radar. I was wondering why they stopped and went back, and then of course heard the thump of the dead jaguar. I don't think I've ever casted a map where it's the Aztecs and the wild animal is the jaguar that their warriors wear. Both players hitting feudal at basically the exact same time. axe upgrades and horse collar for our Slav, militia line upgrades and double bit axe for our Aztec. Who discovers the stable? Oh, incomplete stable. Okay, okay, you can maybe get a villager here. I think you can maybe get a villager if the eagle runs interference. Why is he being so shy? This is amazing for Orange, by the way. He's idling these villagers. He delayed the construction by a little bit. Not that I see anything coming out of there. Oh, wait a second. Now it's Winchester's turn to go to the completely wrong part of the map. He saw the 4 gold, and instead of going north, so close, he went south and still has no clue where his opponent is. Archery range going up for our Slav as a scout comes out. Ooh, Mediterranean restaurant. Mediterranean food is super delicious. Healthy too. Unless, like me, you order Greek fries every time you go to one. Best game you ever played was as Aztecs against the Roman, who went full infantry Jaguar. Yeah. Although Roman legionaries with committed tenses. I'm trying to think. The committed tenses gives you a +5 at charge attack initially, and then the bonus drops to +4. Yeah, no, I can see the Jaguar winning that out in the long term. Even with the charge attack, the first strike of the legionary is only an extra 9 damage, where the Jaguar does 10 repeatedly over and over again. I wonder, Doc, I'm thinking the same thing. I wonder if he's going to play reactive or proactive. Is he going to wait to see what's coming out of the Slav before he commits to a build? Or does he just have a game plan in mind, Sebastian, and he's just going to follow it come hell or high water? You like Mediterranean food? Hope the grape leaves are good. Yeah. I like all, yeah, the souvlaki is delicious. The gyros are delicious. Turkish food, Persian food is delicious. What kind of Christmas food do I like? Ooh, Coca-Cola. Eric Baum, hello again. I know there's only an A tier tournament, but a tournament where all the GL showed up and got beaten is still super cool. Well, yeah, everyone kept saying how when Hera joined Gamer Legion, it was going to be unstoppable, unbeatable. Whatever other adjectives, superfluous you want to throw in. Looks like first blood here drawn by our Aztec as an archer melts into the grasslands. But then, yeah. The results speak for themselves. The hell and high water route is always the best route. Shwetang. How are you this morning? Another Jaguar down. I thought these purple units were engaged in battle. No, it's just a Jaguar. Another unit dead for Winchester. What are these 2 units moving forward? Archers for our Aztec. I like that when the eagle runs behind the men-at-arms, it looks kind of like a SWAT team about to bust down a door because their shields. You know how when you watch movies or whatever, whenever there's a SWAT team, there's a guy in the front with a shield, and then there's a guy right behind him holding him up by the shoulder. That's what that eagle looked like running behind that men-at-arms. When I was in Boston that one time, I told you guys the story of how literally the second I got to my hotel, there was a car accident, and they all started yelling in the Boston accents. But that was during Christmas time, and the only thing that was open was Chinese food. Although I stick by my answer of Coca-Cola, which is not exactly like a Christmas specific food, but I like the little Santa and the polar bears on the Coke cans. AA01 Blue, hello. They gotta get that Jaguar for the Warriors. That's what I'm saying. This is the first time I think I've ever seen a map with Aztecs where the wild animal is in fact the Jaguar. You'd think that the game would spawn that a little bit more, but nope. The Slav is on a bit of a warpath now. 8 army count to 6 villager counts identical, but our Aztec is heading up to the next stage. They do start the game a little bit economically advantaged with their villagers carrying 3 resources more. Coffee talk. That was one of the best Mike Myers segments from SNL. Vinch won't get a house now. Yeah, you think? Also, remember for the Slavs, every archery range, every stable, every barracks does provide 5 population space. So he is in absolutely no risk of getting housed. Coca-Cola being your favorite food is the most stereotypically American thing I've heard a Canadian say. Yeah. Have you ever heard the conspiracy theory how Christmas was basically invented by Coca-Cola to sell more Coke because their marketing department in like 1905 or 19 whatever, early 20th century, realized that there was a slump in sales, and so they invented this whole like Santa Claus in a red suit delivering presents and Coca-Cola. I don't know if I buy any of it, but I sure do buy a lot of Coca-Cola. Second town center for our Aztec as our Slav. Look at this. Layering his defense. Not bad, not bad. A very cautious approach here by Winchester. I'm assuming this whole area is going to be Slavic farms. Otherwise, what's the point of walling off so big an area? I like this kind of little bit by little bit encroachment approach out of our Slav in people. You're drinking a vanilla Coke. A Bodel of Gouda. That happened in Japan with KFC and the Christmas in the 70s. Yeah. Everyone's got like a conspiracy theory about how all these corporations have taken over with the red Santa Claus and the reindeer and whatnot. Love Day from The Simpsons. Oh my god, I do remember that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Potentially a dead villager here. And the first villager kill of the game goes to our Slav, who is going to discover a good portion of this Aztec base. Has not seen the extra town center. Oh, looks like he did see it for a second. Why did we see it, but then why did it disappear? He must have seen it, right? I'm going to assume that he's seen it, and if not now, I mean, Sebastian is being very, very risk averse here. Yeah, he's going to see it now with the knights up to the north. One player being risk averse with this kind of little wall off and creating an extra nook. Another by keeping his army at home the entire time. Eagles are in castle age, which means they come with a decent amount of attack bonuses, including cavalry +3. More villager kills by our Slav, but Sebastian is getting villager kills as well. Now our Slav gets to run the hell out of town. Last feudal age unit ultimately bites the dust. I don't know where this guy thinks he's going. Probably just to waste some time. And the knights are returning home. 7 kills for them. A couple of fresh reinforcements. Maybe not so fresh. Ooh, you don't want to take this fight, Purple. You don't want to take this fight. Okay. Gets 2 knights and runs away. Not bad. Not bad at all. Chester, I think he definitely has seen it. Bofi, wait, you're a Slav stan? Third town center for our Slav. Juicy location next to the stone. By the way, beyond the initial penetration, did our Aztecs see anything? No. Hasn't seen the wall off to the north. Hasn't seen the 2 TCs to the back. He's getting chased down. Okay, I was gonna say might as well turn around and fight, but I didn't realize these guys were at both full health. And an interesting base shape for our Aztec, Lots and lots of farms. 25 on food to 20. He's roiding up his monks every time they get an upgrade. Remember, 5 extra HP. So right now, with Sanctity, they're going to go plus 15 for Sanctity and then another 5 on top of that. Because that's how the Aztecs roll. Another villager. Looks like she wanted to wall herself in, but couldn't in time. Brandon, I'm pretty sure gift giving and Christmas came about in the 17th century, but I think it came to use in the 20th or 19th. Oh yeah, I don't know that. That's why I said it's like a conspiracy theory about Coca-Cola. Best part about no kids tonight, no pants required when eating pizza and drinking vanilla Coke. That's funny. I assume we're gonna get to see Monk play, especially if our Slav keeps doubling down on the heavy cavalry. If he goes more light cavalry, then I don't know how many more monks we're gonna see beyond these 6 or 7. And our Aztec has 3 relics, which for the Aztecs is the same gold generation as 4 relics. Their relics generate 33% more gold. There's squires. Why the hell is he getting squires? Is he going champions? Come on. If you see your opponent is getting eagles, then militia line units are pretty much your best bet. They all come with massive attack bonuses that get bigger and bigger against eagle warriors. Keep it PG-40. All right, both players are on 3 town center, but our Aztec a little bit late to the party is down 16 villagers. But he's ahead 16 army count. Light cavalry gets shoot away. Yeah, okay, he is going militia upgrades, and I think I see 2 barracks in the front. Nope. Actually, yes, 2 barracks in a siege workshop. I like that these knights are kind of patrolling. Winchester's getting a decent amount of vision. If they were Frankish, they would be seeing a little bit more, but he's kind of keeping tabs on this patch of stone, which I like, and then keeping this knight nearby. Not too sure why right here. I guess it's the only other resource in the area. So if either one of these resources gets attempted by orange, 2 purple knights will have to converge on that location. And right now we've got long swordsmen. What is it? +6 against eagles, I think? Yeah, +6 against eagle warriors. And eagle warriors right now with what, 55 HP? Yeah. So +6 is a pretty big deal. Okay. Pikeman battle here. Our Aztec, I'm very curious to see at the end of the game with all these monks how many conversions our Aztec has. Our Aztec, by the way, heading up to Imperial. Winchester needs a lot more food. He just spent all of his food. Gold count, he's doing okay. Obviously going light cavalry and long swordsman. Not exactly going to waste your gold with that, but food count. He's got 41 villagers on gold on food, and the Slavic farmer does work 15% faster than your average farmer. So he should be able to catch up pretty quickly. Oh, Kevin, the Shallot warrior. I posted a video earlier, about a week or so ago, with the Shallot. Oh, people can get a heart attack. Bizarre thoughts. Hello from Dubai Airport. Hello from my chair here in Toronto. Bizarre thoughts. Are you going to try that thing? That machine where you stick your hand in, and if you can lift the gold out, you get to keep it. Player disengage. Converted swordsman tries to run away. Might as well send some cavalry after this guy if you really want to kill him. I love the knights are still patrolling here. The wood, the stone. So much vision for Winchester. He's playing. I mean, this is like a very paranoid, very I don't want to miss a thing kind of play out of him. And I'm here for it. I like it. We're at 7 monks, eagles, pikemen, a trebuchet being trained out of this one castle here to the north. At this point, based on the army composition of the Slav, I feel like our Aztec basically needs to add Jaguar warriors. If you see your opponent has gone full on long swordsman, you have to add in Jaguar warriors. Elite Eagle warrior, okay. I don't know, against Slavic infantry? Slav is adding some of that cheaper siege. He's 20 population ahead. Okay, he's getting arson. Also chain barding armor, but he's still just a minute away from Imperial Age. Pikemen are chasing light cav over here. Long swordsmen are trying to bust this blacksmith down. Tell me you've got a backup blacksmith. You do not. Uh-oh. What are the upgrades on these infantry units? Oh, the pikemen. Where are the pikemen? I thought they were chasing. Pikemen, whatever they leave, the eagles will clean up. And now our Aztec is pushing. We've got an Aztec boyar. Amazing. Oh, the Aztec monk. How much HP on this guy now? 55. So basically he got sanctity and block printing. Based on what I see here. What a boss. Aztec boyar. You're surprised the Aztec is leading in res collected despite the Villid and Slav farms. Yeah, I feel like that Slav farm feature is kicking in now, especially with 25 more villagers. But don't forget that the Aztec has lost 17 villagers as well, which makes it even more of a head scratcher. Oh, now we're at two-handed swordsman. Come on, show us a Jaguar warrior here at the top of our screen. All the action is now inside the purple base. Villager count is down. You just lost 10, 11 villagers. Town center's fully garrisoned. Where is Purple's army? Boyars. I don't know how well they're going to do here. They're fighting 2 units that have attack bonuses against them. And look at that. When's the last time you saw 3 boyars get nothing done and then die? Oh, that's very sour. That's funny, Catherine. In my apartment where I live, the noise guidelines are just a suggestion apparently to people because they blast music. I mean, Purple's gonna take this. As much as we like Druzhina, it is a ridiculously expensive upgrade to get, and our Slav is working on a threadbare economy right now. Oh, he lost a Treb here to 3 Eagle Warriors, and now again the Boyar is going to take so much damage. Castle gets 2 of those 3 kills. Eagles are in. Farming community has to be evacuated, but luckily for our Slav, he's got plenty of space, especially around this castle. This well-placed defensive castle. Ooh, I heard the billy club. I heard the paddle. Where are you? There you are. That distinctive sound is so... I mean, come on, turn around and fight. Turn around and fight. Plus 10 infantry. The only thing we're missing now are champions from our Slav. He needs the resources to go up to it. I love Gene Wilder singing Pure Imagination. Catherine, you know what happened to the person who got everything they ever wished for, right? That gold is bait, they'll get your arm. That's funny. I love the original Willy Wonka. The acid trip river run. 3 conversions only. Our Slav has a decent infantry army, but he's down 15 total army. Luckily, of the 44, 8 of it is monks. I say luckily, as he gets a whole bunch of conversions, of course. And in come the Eagles, protecting the monks as best they can. Attack bonuses against Eagle now, what, an 8? Yeah. Our Slav doesn't have enough money. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Catherine. He lives happily ever after. I think he says that to Willie. No, to Willie, to the kid after he chooses him. Our Slav has enough money to do one of 3 things he needs to do. He needs to do 3 things right now, Vinchester. Upgrade to champion, pump out champions out of your barracks, and get Druzhina. He has the money for one of those 3 things, not all 3. And unfortunately, he finds himself yet again behind. Loses the castle, loses this expansion to the north, and dies with 88 villagers. Sergei, yeah, it is absolutely crazy. It is an acid trip. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. The best part of Willy Wonka for me is the fact that that grandfather was in bed the whole time, but the second his grandson found a ticket to the factory, somehow he had the energy to get up and join him on this free trip to the chocolate factory. Like, come on, Grandpa, you should have been up and working if you're, you know, pretending to be in bed the whole time. Jester, yeah, it's a best of 9. Catherine, I agree 100%. Watch the River Part Stone and Drunk out of your mind. It is a completely bonkers experience. So Purple, like I said, unfortunately needed 3 things, I think, to really hold this back, and could only afford 1. And ultimately, I mean, you're fighting against monks that are converting. Let's see the stats, because I'm curious to see the total conversions. This, in theory, for the Slavs should have done a lot better, but I feel like small little clumps of units over here, over there, just got converted way too much. The Boyars were underwhelming, and the Monk might be the MVP. Let's see, PKPM 33, 19 minutes in. The economies. Our Aztec, 3,000, less than 10. I mean, if you remove the gold from all 5 relics, which remember, for the, like I said, for the Aztecs, 5 relics is like, what, 6.5 relics? Almost? If you remove that 3,000, the economies were the same. Interesting. Even though our Aztec was down villagers the majority of the game, 17 conversions out of 136 is what, 13-14% of the army? Wow. Total kill count, 60 dead villagers to 23, and total kill counts were pretty much the same. So one focusing on military kills, one on civilians, and it is the Aztec with those crazy monks who takes game number 4. And Winchester, again, I said this 2 games ago, I think, seems to be a little bit behind. Just a little tiny bit here, a little bit tiny bit there. And then ultimately at the end of the game, I mean, you've lost map control. Your opponent has all 5 relics. And by the way, they're the Aztecs. So they generate the most amount of gold out of the relics than any other civ. And now you're stuck with a subpar unit against, to be fair, an Eagle Warrior that's also not really that upgraded. No Garland Wars, not even Iron Casting for them. So an interesting game, but I feel like Winchester just a little bit behind here and there, and then I'll kind of add it up to just being behind in a very big way. I don't know if you guys just heard the llama bleeding in game number 5. Sebastian now at the 12 o'clock position, playing as the Khmer, the Khmer in orange. Winchester as the Vietnamese. So one thing you'll notice in Winchester's vision, sees exactly where his opponent is on the minimap. Super cool feature of the Vietnamese. Let me just catch up in the chat. You hated that, Grandpa, Sergey? Yeah, the kid's name is Charlie. There's a Grandpa Joe Hates subreddit? I am not, but I'm definitely going to subscribe after this. Lemmy, Sebastian is just outplaying, except for game number 3, where Winchester just went full on ridiculous aggressive. Sebastian has just been outplaying him a little bit here, a little bit there, and then it adds up at the end of the day to I have 20 more army count than you, and I'm just going to beat you. Yeah, 5 relics, especially with a 33% extra gold for the Aztecs, is ridiculous. Can you imagine a game between like the Lithuanians and the Aztecs on Arena? How long and how hard they're going to battle it out for those relics? Bofi, these are 2 civs you don't know? All right, I'll give it a little introduction then. Khmer, super cool elephants. They move faster. You can upgrade them to get a +3 attack with tusk swords. They also have the longest range scorpions in the game that have extra +1 range for free. And their scorpions and their ballista elephants can be upgraded to fire a second ballista bolt. On the economic side, one of the most ridiculous civilizations in the game. There's no prerequisites. You don't need 2 buildings. So you see how under the Vietnamese Roman numeral 1, you see these 2 houses. One of them is lit up, which tells us the Vietnamese has one of the structures needed to go up. Khmer don't need anything. There's no prerequisite. They need 500 food and that's it. And then once you hit an age, literally all of the buildings from that age are available to you. If you want a stable, you can just build a stable. You don't need to build a barracks first. If you want to build a siege workshop, you can go for it. You don't need to build a blacksmith first. Oh my god, these stubborn freaking deer. And then the last bonkers thing is that their farmers don't need to drop off food. So you can put a farm literally right here, safe and sound, and it will just auto-generate food over and over and over again. The Vietnamese, very much an archer civilization. 2 unique archers, the rattan archer, which is a fast-moving counter archer. It has 10 pierce armor, like a Huskarl, basically, when it's fully upgraded. And then they have the Imperial Skirmisher, which is like the cooler, better version of the elite skirmisher. So like, you know how the Hindustanis have the Imperial Camel Rider? These guys have the Imperial Skirmisher. Then any unit that comes out of their archery range comes with 20% more HP. So they're already tankier. And then economically, they're also pretty much a ridiculously powerful economic civilization. Their techs cost no wood, so you're only paying food. And then they research those techs twice as fast. Which is, I mean, handcart, wheelbarrow, later game, eco-techs take a while to research. They get the research twice as fast. And then, as I mentioned, they started the game knowing exactly where their opponents are on the map. And then another super cool feature, in the later game, they can upgrade their farmers. Oh my god, they're farmers. They're lumberjacks to generate gold, like the Burgundians can do with their farmers. So, like I said, 2 economically odd civilizations. Odd meaning like not really like strange, but like outside the norm, with a lot of cool economic features. Ballista elephant is pretty damn powerful if you can ball it up, but Khmer also have hussars, and when your villagers don't need to drop off any food at a mill, they don't need to walk to the town center, they don't need to walk to a mill, they just keep gathering and gathering and gathering. You can pump out hussars all the livelong day. Whereas the Vietnamese have the chunkiest battle elephant in the game with 420 HP. So lots of potential avenues and lots of potential. Oh, and sorry, that's not all for the Khmer. They can also hide their villagers inside the houses. They can put villagers into the house if they're ever attacked. Although they don't regenerate HP when they're inside houses. So if they go in with like 5 HP, they're damaged. They come out with 5 HP no matter how long they're in there. Oh shit, Marco, I missed the moonwalking llama. Khmer is always, against archer civilizations, a good safe pick. Because they can get to castle age lightning fast at like the 12 12-minute mark of the game, 13-minute mark, and they can start pumping out knights. Because again, they don't need a barracks for a stable. They can just plop down a stable, which is exactly, take a look. Do you see a single barracks anywhere on the map here for orange? No, just a stable right away. Super cool, super crazy features for the Khmer. They are stacked when it comes to both military and having a battle elephant that moves at, I forget what it is, like 1.07 or 1.05 tiles per second with +3 attack is ridiculous. Our Khmer, by the way, wants nothing to do with the outside world. Full on Howard Hughes. But the outside world came a-knocking. And our Japanese whacks away at one villager. Is he gonna get trapped in here? Our Japanese, oh my goodness, our Vietnamese. Is he gonna get trapped? Vietnamese bun. I love bun sandwiches. There's a Vietnamese restaurant in Toronto called Ginger. And they make just the most delicious... I mean, it's Korean. It's a bulgogi beef. Which is technically Korean, but they put it into a bun with their spicy mayo and their shaved carrots and celery. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, Bofi, I hope that helped. I mean, it's... They're pretty two pretty odd civilizations, to be fair. For the longest time, the Vietnamese had the lowest win rate in the game for like a really long time, and I never understood it. But I don't think they're the lowest anymore. And that being said, our Khmer is not interested in Castle Age or Fast Castle. He is interested in killing villagers. So far, still no kills this game. Although, you might be seeing the first one here with the spearman isn't careful. What's going on up here? Oh, they're just attacking into a palisade. So our Khmer has completely secured his base. Not too sure where he's going with these this big old group of scouts. Okay, he's going to snipe villagers. There we go. First kill of the game. Do any units heal inside buildings? Yeah, a lot of units heal inside buildings. Just not the Khmer villagers inside their houses. What got the kill? The town center? Yeah, the town center got the kill. So we've evened up the kill count. One scout for one villager. Like if you put units inside a town center, like villagers inside a town center or a castle, they definitely heal. But the Khmer house feature does not give you that that benefit. Although to be fair, it's like a godsend in this stage of the game, right? Because if you have a mill, if you're the Khmer, generally, unless you go full on like this, like fully walled in, generally next to the mill is going to be a house. And so if you're ever attacked into by your opponent in the feudal age, you just run your villagers into that house while your army arrives. Catherine, yeah, they don't drop off food at a mill or a TC. They just keep on working in that farm over and over. Another villager snipe. Sebastian, uh-oh. Getting a good amount of damage. I agree, Lemmy. I think moonwalking is the only glitch that I do not want to see removed from this game. Holy shit, was there a time of a few months ago, 6-7 months ago, where it was just teleporting unit after teleporting unit that was so annoying to deal with. Ouch. Like, this is not StarCraft. These are not Blink stalkers. Like, I like that he waited until he killed the scout before he placed the second archery range. Just to deny Sebastian that vision. That was fantastic. Canada only one day in Toronto. Okay. Fair enough. Little India. Little India. That's all I'm going to say. Wireless farming. Yeah, it's like work from home. Is there any reason you would do battle elephants over fully upgraded ballista elephants? I think the battle elephant attacks stronger than a ballista elephant. The ballista elephant's attack isn't the strongest in the world. It's on the whole a weak attack. I don't think it benefits from tusk swords. And I think that's pretty much it. Plus, I mean, the as always with unique units, you need a castle to train them, as opposed to just a few stables to train more and more elephants. Ah, wheat fi, that's funny. I don't think towers heal, no. Yeah, it's called herbal medicine, Lemmy. If you research herbal medicine at the monastery, it heals up your units 6 times faster when they're garrisoned inside. I mean, this is dangerously close to getting mined, deforested out. So again, we see a bean-shaped base for one of the players. Odd. Securing only 1 patch of gold is our Vietnamese, no stone. I also realized I just now completely forgot to go over where the resources are located, but whatever. Feudal wheelbarrow is a Vietnamese thing because, again, remember, it's researched twice as fast. And especially when you turtle up like this with the Vietnamese archers that can... So like any other archer would have 30 HP, these guys have 36. So you have tankier archers behind closed walls if you wall yourself off like this. So it's no surprise that he got wheelbarrow. Sebastian is very much ahead in terms of hitting Castle Age. Knights are out for our Khmer, but a big force of archers is moving forward for our Vietnamese, who in 45 seconds, I'm assuming is going to get the old Bodkin crossbow combo. So here, Catherine, I'm going to save you the trouble. Because like I mentioned, there's a place called Wilbur Mexicana. That's on King Street West. Little India's on Queen Street West. They're literally 5-minute walk from one another. There is a bulgogi taco that I once ate something like 7 or 8 of in a row. It was so good. Highly recommend that if you're just getting one item. And look at the quantity of archers. Oh, forget Botkin. We are going crossbow thumb ring. So every other crossbow in the game would come with 35 HP. These guys come with 42. And look at that. The exit has been blocked by a siege workshop. But yet again, look at the north of the map. Sebastian, 3 town centers. So Winchester is going to fall behind. He's got double the army count, but that's not going to matter very much. Oh, Knights enter a nook. They're not coming out of here alive. Will they take any villagers down? They take 1. It looks like they killed a second. 2 villager kills there. But 3 town centers for our Khmer. He's ahead 15 villagers, if my math is correct. Second TC going for the Vietnamese, though. Okay. I don't know that our Khmer saw that. No, he didn't. Knights with their shitty line of sight, except for the Franks. There's Botkin, finally. So Winchester has an opportunity here. He's now down almost 20 villagers. Relics are starting to get got for our Khmer. He needs to attack, and he needs to attack fast. You can't be down 3 town centers to 1. He's not even got his second, and he's only 3 villagers building it. You have to get some kind of critical damage here. And I don't even know where you could get critical damage on this base. Definitely not this town center. It's got to be this town center with the gold and the farms. Or maybe you go... I don't even think you can go and attack the stable here. Because he'll just rebuild another one. Winchester's in a real bind right now. Bodbo. Not, I think you're, I think, not, fam, you're behind a little bit. Unless you're talking about GG in this game. Oh, they'll hear they might laugh at you, but you'll have a belly full of delicious Indian food and bulgogi tacos. He did lose a lot of time chasing those knights into his base, and now it looks like Orange has discovered this TC. But now look at the villager deficit. It's almost 30. Never mind, it's 25. That being said, 25 Vietnamese villagers that have, 49 Vietnamese villagers that have had wheelbarrow and handcart for a long time. So they're a lot more efficient than Sebastian's villagers, who are just now getting wheelbarrow. But this is not going to do critical damage. Absolutely not. He needs to figure out what he wants to do. Either start mixing in some rams. What is attacking here? A couple of light cap to the south. Either start mixing in some rams, build a siege workshop here. Oh, this is the last thing you need, is to be fighting scorpions with their ridiculous pierce armor against your units. Oh, look at Winchester's resources. Huh. Our Vietnamese. 1,000 food, 800 gold. Where are his structures? We know he has a siege workshop. He doesn't have a secondary building. Huh. Just now going up to university. Oh, like I said, Winchester always just a few little milliseconds and seconds behind here. That university should have been finished a long time ago. But the second it does finish, he's going to head up to Imperial. What do we think? He's down 30 villagers. He has more army. If he can hold on for 3 minutes... and he can turn these crossbows into arbalesters. Oh, he's got to heal them up. They are down so bad, their HP. If he can turn these into arbalesters... Ugh, and he's housed as well? What is happening with Winchester? He's housed. He's not even building a house, relying on the town center to give him 5 more population room? Even the Jaguar joins in on the fight. Doesn't get any kills. Okay, he's killed a minute. 1 minute down, 2 minutes to go. This is so nerve-wracking. This is so nerve-wracking. He can potentially survive this if he gets up to arbalesters. That's the only way our Vietnamese is lasting here. Unfortunately for him, the Khmer is on a warpath. And he's going up with this forward siege workshop. If Winchester had that siege workshop here, it would have slowed down this Khmer push. Now look at the army counts. They're identical. Winchester's down 30 villagers. Knights have busted in from where? Oh my god! Why did he not repair that palisade? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, knights are not going to last very long underneath a TC. He's an Imperial. Immediately bracer. Really? Bracer? 2 more archery ranges. But siege workshop is down. The Khmer is inside the base. Why are his archers on the right side of the map? You've got 2 town centers here. You don't need... Was bracer really the way to go here? Oh my god. Okay, he's at least got him in a choke point. Why are half of his crossbows on the right side of the frickin' map? Oh my god, there's Arbalester. Okay, the knights are back, but again, underneath a TC, even with +2 armor, it's not gonna be great for Sebastian. There are 3 scorpions here still. Why is he engaging before there are Arbalesters? I don't understand these moves. I hear a battering ram somewhere. There it is, up to the north, taking down an archery range. But now we've got Arbalesters, and now Orange is in trouble. Okay, Orange was in trouble until he surrounded these units. But look at the difference between an Imperial Age unit and a Castle Age unit. Even outnumbered, these Arbalesters are crushing it. One of the Scorpions is down. There's only 11 left. Battering ram moves forward. Not a single monk to heal. What's going on the right side? Oh, now he's trying to get the stone. And there's a castle drop on the left side. Okay, secures the golden stone, but not really a very aggressive castle. Looks like another Scorpion fell over here. Knights are running amok. Winchester's not garrisoning these villagers. Hello? Arbalesters, are you going to help out at some point? Are we going to get... You have 700 wood. Where's the monastery? Oh, that is so sour. That is so sour. That is a very unfortunate series of events. Lemony Snicket, Winchester Snicket, and the series of unfortunate events here. Just one wrong move after the other. Why were half of his crossbows over here? He had like 20 crossbows over here when you have two town centers, which, by the way, have each other's backs. Oh my goodness, and look at the relics. 5 relics to 0. He doesn't have the resource to read Arbalest. Sebastian keeps hitting him in the gold. Yeah, it keeps hitting him right where it hurts. There's no more gold gathering here to the north. This gold is now lamed. I mean, he could safely get this gold. This is 2,000 gold. Arbalesters aren't that expensive. The problem is, look at their HP. Even if he was to rely on these guys, they're basically dead. Wow, I don't know that fast Imperial. I like the quicker Imperial push, but Sebastian just says, you know what? Okay, fine. Go up to Imperial. Let's see how you can contest 28 knights. And that's just the power of the Khmer farmers right there in action. I don't know, with this big old empty spot of land here. They're building a soccer stadium. But it's that Khmer feature where the villagers just continually pump out food and food and food. So he can lose 15 knights. He can lose 10 knights in this little battle here. And he just replenishes them. Wow. Milan, he did. Yeah, Winchester, like I said, just falling behind a little bit here, a little bit there. And it always seems to like little grains of sand that eventually build up to a nice mountain. Sebastian, though, with a Hera level APM at the 34-minute mark, 20-minute mark. 57 Arbalest should beat 72 Knights, especially when you're fighting with a back against the wall and a choke point like he did. Unfortunately, again, if those 20 to 30 crossbows that were here were actually here, maybe he could have lasted a bit longer, but what can you do? Let's see the economies. Yeah, look at that. 11,000, 40% bigger economy. All 5 relics for our Khmer. And yeah, he just gets all 51 stone. That's adorable. No conversions. Raising's not really that relevant. How many villagers did Winchester lose? 29 to 1. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Sebastian just playing absolutely epic. Absolutely epic gameplay out of him. How many stables did he have at the end? Only 5. I would have loved to see a few more. I mean, Winchester died with a lot of wood. You're going up against knights. I don't know. A monastery might have helped. Maybe not. There's just way too many knights. This is the power of the Khmer push, by the way. Even though their knights are not discounted, just that farmer feature where they can just keep going up and up and up and up in their food. It's so bad to fight against. All right. We move on to game number 6. Winchester on the verge, or 7 or 6. I don't know what game number it is. It's too late. But Winchester is on the verge of elimination. This time he spawns on the left side of the map as the Huns in purple and Sebastian as the Lithuanians. Okay, so we have another civ that needs relics. Lithuanians versus Huns. Match point, that's funny. Yeah, when you have map control and your opponent is stuck inside his bean-shaped base with no resources, you literally have the world as your oyster. It's like literally discovering a new continent, and there's like nobody alive in that continent, and you just take over everything you want. Yeah, Sebastian just grinded that game. He just absolutely grinded. That was an absolute masterclass out of Sebastian. And like I said, I feel like a broken record saying this over and over again, but Winchester's just a little bit here, a little bit there, falling behind, and it all adds up. In any event, you notice absolutely no houses because we are watching the Huns. Primary stone to the front, primary gold kind of to the front as well. The attack path is full of forests. And the night is full of terrors, but gold not too exposed, not too terribly located. Might want to take this hill with a few houses or something to deny your opponent. Has he seen the llamas over here? Yes, he has. Extra stone to the back, extra gold to the back. And where's his third pile of gold? Kind of off to the side. And Sebastian yet again moving forward. By the way, what is this atrocious? We've seen so much of this lately. With these atrocious rectangular thin slivers of forest. If he only knew how close he was. If he only knew how close he was. He's heading straight there. No. No. Oh, look at that. Winchester. Not his first time at this rodeo. Denies the llamas. And let's see our Lithuanian. Both primary resources to the back. I mean, come on. This is so safe. Extra gold to the top, stone to the top, extra gold exposed here in between these two hills. So not a great location for that third gold. Forest's not in a terrible position. Can wall this off. This is pretty much open. I'm assuming he's going to go to the gold. Whereas Winchester's base is completely open to the front. Winchester just got screwed with his map gen. With his forward stone and kind of forward gold. Whereas, again, both of these resources to our Lithuanian nice and safe. And if you're fighting against the Huns with those cheaper cavalry archers, you might want to wall off. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Oh, my God. Literally right here was that llama. And Winchester discovers it first. Okay, that was a very tense few seconds there where Sebastian had two opportunities to lame his opponent again. That was incredibly tense, but Sebastian is now heading home. All of that kind of scouting micro shenanigans comes at a cost, so I'm assuming he's going to start pushing his own deer. Bofi, how am I doing these transitions with animations? I have a stream deck. I have finally joined the world of technology. Magic. That could have potentially been a 4 llama lame. Not. That could have been real bad. Ooh, I don't know which is the better civ in this matchup. Everyone loves to say this nonsensical thing. Huns are Huns. I don't know what that means. The Huns are not exactly, in my opinion, I mean, they are, in terms of win rate, a good civilization. But they're by no means OP. They have one of the most useless, unique technologies in the game, atheism. All that does is reduce your opponent's relic gold generation and make their wonder victories last longer. So you almost never see it in a 1v1. Although against a Lithuanian who might be relic hungry, you might see it. And aside from their cav archers being cheaper, 10 and 20, not even 15 and 20, 10 and 20% cheaper. I don't understand what this whole Hun is Hun thing is. They have paladins, sure. They have Tarkans, sure. Their Trebs fire a little bit more accurately at units. Their stables work a little bit faster, but you know what? So do Britain archery ranges and Gothic barracks. Is it just because they don't need houses that they are the whole Huns are Huns thing? I don't know. They're just, in my opinion, they're just a standard, slightly subpar cav archer civilization. And I say subpar because, I mean, they're missing the last armor upgrade on their cav archers. But cheaper cav archers is really like their big thing, and no houses needed. Although it does come at the expense of wood in the beginning of the game as well, so it's not like a free thing. Oh yeah, that's a Catherine. Lemmy. Thanks for reminding me to look at where the relics are. Actually, maybe we'll wait until this one villager lives or dies. Always important for the... Yeah, he gets the villager. Always important for the Lithuanians to see where the relics are. 1, 2, 3 relics in the immediate position. In the immediate vicinity. 2 more off campus. Has Orange seen any of them? Just the one in the center. Okay. So, not great news for Winchester, who needs to deny these relics now. Yeah, but it took me a year and a half just to get this Stream Deck, even though I've had it for a year and a half. It took me a year and a half to start using it. Lithuanians are OP, except for Saracen. I mean, look, Lithuanians have a broad range of features and bonuses. Their spearmen, their skirmishers move quicker. Their skirmishers cannot be upgraded to have 10 pierce armor, which is Huskarl level pierce armor on a freaking skirmisher. Their Nightline units, if you can get 4 relics in Castle Age, you will have a knight that attacks on a 16 with iron casting, or a Lechai, or Letis rather. Speaking of ridiculously OP units, the strongest cavalry unit in the game. And then their monasteries work 20% faster as well, so they can start pumping out monks more. Every town center gives them 100 extra food, which means they start every game with 300 food instead of 200. The Lithuanians are an OP civilization. I don't understand this whole Huns as Huns thing. I feel like that's going back to a time when there were Hun wars in Age of Empires, and people were just like fanboying over the Huns. Yeah, the Saracens are just the Saracens. Yeah. Alejandro Valese won a tournament a few months ago? Who was he playing against? Yeah, Richard, that's what I was just mentioning, that back in the AOC days, the Hun Wars, I can see them being like, again, don't get me wrong, they're a great civilization. Any civilization with paladins is fantastic, but their siege line is shit. That being said, the Tarkin is pretty much one of my favorite heavy cavalry units. The Tarkin can eat a castle. Forget Celt eating TC. The freaking Tarkin can eat a TC. Here we go. Feudal Age tango begins. Everyone wants to avoid everyone until their armies are in the perfect position here. Yeah, exactly. The Huns are like a blast from the past. Like, even the Franks, when I would say they were a blast from the past, at least they got mill upgrades for free. At least their foragers work faster. At least their castles are cheaper. I mean, Bearded Axe is a bit of a weird, unique technology. Just adding a little bit of range to a super cheap throwing axeman unit. Chivalry is amazing. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to end my rant here about the Huns. My opinion is they're a good civilization, but I don't understand when people say Huns are Huns. If they win, their Huns are Huns. If they lose, then okay. Well, then what? Lithuanian light cav gets 14 attack. I think 13, if I'm not mistaken. I think winged hussars, regular hussar has a 7 base attack. Winged hussar has a 9. So if you add, actually no, sorry, 11 attack, because they don't, Lithuanians don't get blast furnace. So I think the Lithuanian winged hussar caps out at an 11 attack. And unlike the Polish winged hussar, does not do any trample damage. Oh, it's one of those old-timey mem phrases? Okay, fair enough. Before my time as a caster. What's a better word than ferocious for the Huns? Ooh. Let me have a think. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to turn whirlwind into a adjective, but I'm not able to. Oh, and another thing, by the way, about the Huns. It's super cool. They don't need houses because they started the game with 200 population. But you know the downside of that? They can't build houses. So if you need a quick, cheap wall off, you cannot build a house as the Huns, which sucks. Okay. Skirmishers chasing archers, archers chasing scouts, scouts engage into one another. I don't know who the hell's taking this fight. It looks like Orange, maybe? And Sebastian does take it with the high ground, guns down the last archer, and all of a sudden, this is half of the Hunnic army here. And half of the Hunnic army just died. And there's the last half of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All of a sudden, Sebastian has a 1,000% army count lead. Hey, Mr. T-Bone. That's funny. You don't like crossbows as a son, no flexible defense because of no houses. Yeah, exactly. It's all fun in games until you need to wall your base off, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, I need a 2x2 building? I guess I'm putting down a mill and spending 100 wood instead of a house and 25 wood, like everyone else. Anyway, I sound like I'm hating on the Huns, which I really am not. I think it's a fantastic civilization for what it is, but I just never understood the whole, like, they're gonna win every time kind of mentality. Milan Hera is Hera, said Mem. Okay, well there. And doubt is down. Lasagna's. Rakro, yeah, the Hunnic defense is offense. There was a game I casted about a year ago, maybe a year and a half, right when I was starting the channel, and I think it was the Huns, and I stole that Tony Stark quote, the Iron Man quote from Avengers, where he said, "I have a plan of attack." Attack. Or when I think like Captain America says, "Hey, we need a plan of attack," and Tony goes, "I have a plan. Attack." That's the Hun. Okay, scouts are chasing one another here to the north. Purple does discover. And yet again, somehow, Winchester with one half-dead scout finds himself being chased away. At the same time, he's losing villagers across the map. Our Lithuanian is getting 3 more. Yeah, he's pushing into the south. Oh, no. Our Hun is going to be first to hit Castle Age in 30 seconds. He's got a couple of foot archers out on the map as well. He is now doing the chasing. Yeah, those scouts got Thanos snapped. Winchester's entire army got freaking Thanos snapped. Husbandry for him. Ooh, should he prioritize husbandry here or light cavalry if he's going to double down on these scout units and other TC? I like the safety of it. When you're not walling your base off, might as well make it nice and safe. Not walling is the new meta, I guess, for Winchester. John Yang, how are you? Bofi, I'm still thinking of a word, by the way. Instead of ferocious. I keep thinking savage, but I don't know. Doesn't have the same kind of like connotative edge as ferocious does. Fierce, ferocious, savage. I'm trying to think of F words. Okay. Upgraded them to light cav. What's moving here? A whole bunch of scouts in 14 seconds. Look at Sebastian's resources. I love, by the way, that Winchester is doubling down on scouts so that he can deny relic gathering. Vicious. Ooh, that's a good one too. Where's the monastery? Where's that Ark of the Covenant? There it is. Is that the only monastery our Lithuanian has? Yeah, he's just going for one. FU to this particular stable, say these light cavalry units, as he is gonna get slammed. Let's keep an eye on Winchester's line of sight, because this is not gonna go well for him at all. Oh, this is gonna be real bad for him. Oh, okay. And look at that, our Lithuanian spreads them. 2 go to the east, a bunch go to the west, 3 go into the middle. We're at 5 villager kills when this attack started. We'll keep an eye on that attack, but we'll see how much damage it can get done. Half of Winchester's army is not doing anything. Okay. Springs into action. 15 villager kills. Will he get the monk? So that attack by Sebastian killed... Oh, he does get the monk before he gets a conversion. Holy shit, that attack by Sebastian just killed 15 villagers. And like I said, Winchester just finds himself yet again, and his army got Thanos snapped yet again. Sebastian has 26 more kills, 20 more villager kills. He is just taking better fights. He's off of one town center, so he's going full army aggression here. Forget the eco. He's ahead 3 games. His opponent's on the verge of elimination. Forget the economy. He's pumping out knights. I would love to see some relic gathering out of him. Because like I said, imagine he can potentially have 16 attack knights in the Castle Age. With +2 from iron casting and then +4 from relics. 15 freaking villager kills. Sadistic. Town center was not denied, but very close to it. I mean, this is what, the 3rd or 4th time Winchester is being chased? Even more villager kills now. Oh no, even more villager kills now. I think we are approaching the point of no return. Yeah, who needs siege when you have 16 attack knights? But he doesn't have the relics yet, though. It looks like he got 2 of them. He has 1 and 1 on the way home. So now the knights should be at a +2 with forging. Okay, he's going for armor upgrades because he keeps taking fights underneath town centers, which is good decision making out of Sebastian. Winchester needs to wall off the south so he can have access to this gold, but I don't think Sebastian's going to let him wall anything off. For now, though, there is plenty of gold here. Still 4.5 patches, it looks like. Sebastian has killed 25 villagers. I mean, we all love to root for the underdog, but like I said, it's getting to the point of no return. He's down 17 army count, 5 villager count. And his knights are just not as good. They're at a +1/+1. These Lithuanians are at a +3/+2. In Castle Age. Oh, I see another relic disappeared from the map. And potentially another relic disappeared from the map. We are going to get to see 16 attack knights. Yeah, I agree, Lemmy. The gameplay, the level of gameplay here is a little odd. Maybe Winchester is tired. Maybe he didn't have his glucose. This is not the same Winchester we saw yesterday. So you got a few conversions on those stronger knights. But they lasted for exactly 3 seconds before they got Thanos snapped again. I like that Thanos snap, by the way. I'm definitely taking that. And of course, I said we're going to get to see 16 attack knights, and we were... Oh, no. Wait a second. Where is the monk with the... Did he get killed, the monk with the relic? What am I missing? Yeah, he got killed. And I don't think Sebastian saw this. Well, most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we have got our champion. Sebastian crushing it 5-1. What an odd finals. What an odd finals. Oh, he was inevitable. Sebastian was inevitable. And Winchester, again, just absolutely having his economy gutted. Relying on 3 town centers to the one of his opponent, just now plopping down a second, although it looks like somewhere here should be a village. Yeah, okay, there they are. Sometimes hard to see. Light cav to light cav, basically identical numbers, half the knight count, and then the counter army here for Sebastian. PKPM 1 minute in, 17 minutes in. The economy is not too dissimilar, about 4,000 resources apart. I guess that's like 20% bigger economy, which is not hard to do when you kill so many villagers from your opponent. Only 1 conversion at the end of the day. Both players had a good number of monks. 92 kills to 52, 27 of those are villagers. Wow. Like, odd gameplay out of Winchester. Or maybe it's not odd, maybe just Sebastian brought his absolute A game. Crazy. Is Sebastian the 3rd best in the world right now? Potentially. A little bit of I agree, a little bit of a disappointing performance out of Winchester. Like I said, maybe something's going on. Maybe he's tired. These tournaments do go on for a while, and best of 9 is not the easiest of. I mean, we're sitting here and it's already been almost 3 hours. But unfortunately, Winchester just not up to par against his opponent, Sebastian, with the Lithuanians with 3 relics. Takes it with a knight. Of course, I said they would attack on a 15. Instead, we get a 16, rather. Instead, we get a 14. Oh, he didn't even get iron casting. Okay. Well, there you go. A little bit of a lackluster, not quite at its full potential, but in any event, oh my god, in anyone. No, Shuatang, Sebastian wins the tournament. Yeah, best of 3 is hard enough. For best of 9 is ridiculous. Oh, Bofi, I have no clue what ShenAiXie means. All I know is that I think it's the moniker of the fan that put up the money. I mean, Winchester just, up until this set, was playing so powerfully, and this set wasn't terrible. But like I said, just small little areas where he was falling behind here and there. And then literally in the last 5 minutes, he lost 22 villagers. And that is just not, that's not recoverable. It's a point of no return. But in any event, everyone, thank you for joining. All the new names, the old names, everyone who dropped a comment. It was fun to watch these sets. And I believe if I live stream tomorrow, we're going to go back to Rage Forest 5, which I believe has started up again with the final 8 teams. I'm not sure if Winchester made it to the final 8 teams, but that could also be taxing on a person. I believe the Rage Forest tournament is best of 5 at this stage. And those games don't last 20 or 30 minutes. Those games last a long ass time. But in any event, thank you so much And like I said, the what is it from Game of Thrones? The old gods and the new, the old viewers and the new, everyone who came and said hello, joined us in our conversation. Catherine, Little India on Queen Street West, Bulgogi Taco from oh my goodness, Wilbur Mexicano on King Street West. And Marco, I'm gonna have a list of pizzerias for you for New York City, my recommendations for your trip to New York. And everyone, thank you so much. Bofi, Philip, thank you so much. And yeah, let me a good reminder on your way out, please do hit that like button, help me out with the algorithm, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a fantastic night. Thanks for joining and chatting, and take care.